Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Lyndon Singers. Thank you, Ed Markey, for dropping by. I appreciate the support. There's one person, this is a big campaign already. There are over 1,000 people who are signed into this campaign one way or another, as endorsers, as contributors, as volunteers, or some combination of those. Over 1,000 people have checked into this campaign already. I want to just refer to one person in particular, though, without whom I would not be able to provide the quality of service that I provide in this district. Would you stand up, Barbara Brandon, please? It's really due to Barbara that we have the quality of service, the first-rate quality of service that we get out of my office. I wouldn't be the same representative without her. So thank you again, Barbara, please. One more round of applause for her. And also, one of the other things that's going on is that there are big problems that are out there that we feel uncomfortable about whether they're really being solved right, whether the leadership is handling it right, and whether the leadership, in fact, has a framework in which it's really going to achieve things. Afghanistan, 9 years of war. Oil spill in the Gulf. It took so long to fix. Wall Street, Copenhagen. I mean, the best scientists in the world are telling us that if we don't change our ways, we're going to fry eventually, and we can't get our act together to take action. Education. We understand that education is critical to success in the 21st century, but we have dropout rates of 50% in the inner cities, and we have in our suburban classrooms continuing financial pressures that are forcing classroom sizes to drift up. Integrity issues. We've got 3 speakers in a row indicted. Issues of waste in government, it's there. At the highest level of State House staffing in the fall of 2009, historically high levels. We're 18 months into a recession, cutting all kinds of human services. And when young people leave the building and say, because they have jobs in which they don't have anything to do, they're replaced still. Leadership told us we had to put more probation jobs online because we needed to handle global positioning for ankle bracelets. And then you read the story about the patronage issues in the probation department. So there's that overarching question that I hear from many voters, and we all hear, and you can't ignore this question if you're a progressive, if you're serious about government. The question is, hey, my budget is going down. I'm feeling financial squeeze. I'm not able to do everything I want to do for my family. How come my tax bill keeps going up? If we're progressive, we have to take that question seriously. We have to answer that question. The answer cannot just be, well, that's what it costs. We have to question our assumptions. We have to think hard about the direction we're trying to head in. We have to look for our blind spots, try to question our sense of entitlement whenever we feel it. And the only way to change consciousness is through forthright, civil conversation. And I am thrilled because I find that, in fact, my perception is that voters really, really get that and really, really want that right now. You know, when I was first elected as state representative, I started my little email list. And I think I had about 300 emails from the last campaign. And, you know, I started reporting to people on what we were doing. And I just decided it seemed like an intimate enough group that I wasn't going to worry too much about how I put those pieces together. That I was just going to talk about what I was working on. I wasn't going to, okay, we figured it out at the State House and we packaged it, and this is the answer, and isn't it wonderful what we've done? No, that's not the kind of email I sent out. The email is more like, we're wrestling with this, and there's pros and there's cons, and some people say it will work, and some people say it won't, and I'm not really sure, but this is what we're going to try to do next. And so that conversation, which recognized the gray and the difficulty, I started getting this unbelievable feedback. People kept saying, oh, your emails are great. I said, what am I doing right? And it grew. And so we now have an email list that's about 3,000. It's actually a lot of people outside the district as well. We have the website, which is a two-way street. People can comment on it. And that's read across the state. And that's all good for me. But what's really big about it is that I hear from so many people. I feel like I have a great, huge antenna out there that that I get a lot of feedback. And the most valuable experiences I have are when people say, Will, you are really a jerk. I mean, you are so far off base, you have no idea what you're doing. And I get those. I do get those, I'll tell you the truth. Believe me, I get them from all over the place. And those are actually the most valuable emails, right? Because those are the most valuable experiences, because usually I'll call those people up, and 9 times out of 10, they'll say, sure, I'd like to have a cup of coffee with you. And they do, and we have a conversation, and usually they learn something, and usually I learn something. And so that conversation that I've been able to have with you, with the people of this district, and I thank you so much for it, has made me a much better representative. It's given me strength and confidence to take on some tough issues. And in the past year, I have. I've stepped out on some difficult issues. In my first term, I made a lot of progress on things that were small and medium in significance, and or were sort of consistent with things that leadership wanted to do. But in this term, I've taken on some issues where leadership didn't want to go, and one of them was the transparency issue. We in this House of Representatives actually do let out millions of dollars in no-bid contracts that are secret, which is sort of the opposite of anybody's idea of how the public ought to operate, and in fact, to the way every other agency in government operates. And we're still doing that. But I took that issue on. It kind of found me, and then I had to stick with it. It was very painful, because leadership definitely didn't want to go there. I resigned my vice chairmanship out of a sense that I couldn't abide with the direction of leadership on this issue. But the outcome of it was that we passed legislation which substantially increased the transparency in the House of Representatives. And what really told me that I'd done something right was the Speaker of the House of Representatives addressing the Democratic Convention and taking credit for progress on transparency. And I thought that was beautiful. I mean, God bless and take it, please, but we actually moved the needle. And it's not where they wanted to go to start off with, but they went there. And they realized it was the right thing. Same thing on education technology. We haven't made a lot of progress in the state on education technology. You'd think we would, as Massachusetts being the forefront of that, but actually a lot of other states are way down the path in terms of using technology effectively to create more independent learning, and support kids' potentials in a lot of different ways. Stepped out in the Globe editorial Globe op-ed page last month, and was critical of the Board of Education, in partnership with the chair of the Education Committee, which was another great thing to have her on that op-ed. But we're getting progress on that. The Commissioner of Education came right in and said, okay, well, let's do something about this, after several years of not really being ready to move on it. So I feel great about where we've been able to go, and what I've been able to build in terms of communication with you, with a larger electorate in this district, and I feel great about the kind of progress that I think we're going to be able to make over the next few years with the benefit of the support that I have from you. So I'm excited to get back in there and work on the next few steps in the transparency conversation, the fiscal responsibility conversation, the environment conversation, the education conversation. I'm really confident that over the next couple of years, we're going to be able to move the needle on some hard issues. I really feel that way. So I am extraordinarily grateful to all of you for your support, for giving me the opportunity to do something which, frankly, I really do enjoy. I love this job, and thank you all so much for giving it to me. I need you to help me keep it. I need you to help me keep it. So that's my question. First of all, are you with me in this enterprise? Yeah. I'm hearing that as a yes. Here's the second question. This is what I really want to know. And I don't mean all the time over the next few weeks, but are you ready to do some work over the next few weeks? Yeah. Yes. I need some help. I need some help over the next few weeks. This is not I do feel good about what I'm hearing on the campaign trail, but there's a lot of politics to happen between now and November 2nd, and we really need to maintain and build on the momentum that we've developed here. So there are easy things to do that are fun to do. Holding a sign is a fun thing to do. Not because you like the wood, but because you get to talk to some interesting people who are usually out there with you. Canvassing is a fascinating thing to do. I love it. Come out canvassing with me someday. Election day. If you can say, I tell you what, Will, I can't do anything else, but I'm going to give you election day. I'm yours on election day. That's huge. That's huge. if you can give us election day and the signs and the various things we need to do on election day, that would be greatly appreciated. The way we've set it up is over on that table, there are pieces of paper. You can grab a piece of paper, check off what you think you have time to do, make a specific commitment or not so specific commitment. We have lawn signs. You can take a lawn sign on your way out if you'd like, and sign those out so we know where they are, so we won't deliver another one to you. And chip in if you can. Chip in if you can. I really need your help. Are we ready to go? Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's party a little bit more. Enjoy it. There's no rush. We're going to have some more music. We're going to have plenty more food. Please, there is plenty more food. And so enjoy it. Party. Thank you.